Don't be surly.
Sure, we'll do it.
All right, and I'm going to tell you you're wrong.
Yeah, get ready for that.
Give me that soda.
I'm Monkey Spanx with all X's and then 12785 at the end. I'm like, wow, so that means there was at least 1,200.
Almost
almost 1,300 people also had that idea.
James, that
Because
one's
that's what I'm talking
Are
about.
you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Are you Chris Angel?
Shut up, Chris Angel sucks.
Hello, gamers, and welcome to Gamer Summit live from the Prudential Center in the Microsoft Store. Today, we are going to answer one simple question. What makes a good screen name? I, of course, am Drew D3 Frere, and with me, I have...
I am Eric Rickty Beans Urbino.
And I'm Oz, Sanguinary Oz.
So, as you can see, we already have a diverse number of screen names among us.
A whole three.
Three diverse names.
So I wonder what led us to choose these screen names, and which one is best. So, Oz, why don't you start? Because you
okay.
are alone at a table.
So the reason, my big thing for names, and you said screen names, but I'm assuming you mean any sort of gamer tag, name, hash, whatever.
Your handle, if you will.
Yeah, okay. So I'm fortunate in that Sanguinary Oz is literally my handle on Xbox Live and on Twitter and on PlayStation Network. Like I use it everywhere because it's original and no one has thought of that. One of my big hangups is when I see a name and I'm almost like, oh, that's really cool, and then I notice that he's like number 12,640, and I'm like, okay. As soon as you saw there was more than maybe 3 people that had that, you should have moved on.
Oh, you mean he's got the number at the end of his name?
Yeah. I'm
like Master Chief,
yeah,
1200.
exactly. And then I'm like, come on, man. Like,
Great. You're the only one who ever thought of the name Master
Yeah.
Chief.
Exactly. Like, Dave. Like, oh, sweet. You're Dave? You're that Dave?
I'm sure there's one guy who has like the original Dave.
And that's what I'm talking
and
about.
that makes a great screen name.
That's
because
perfect.
You got the hipster cred.
If
You were the
there's,
first
if there's
guy.
if there's no numbers and he didn't do the whole like what's the other one that they always do, the XX name XX, like it's boxed in with like other things.
XX underscore big X.
But enough about your mom's screen name.
Terrible.
Why did you pick yours?
My mom's screen name. My mom's just mom. She's got old school, just mom. There's
Wow,
no numbers.
She's the original
She's the
mom.
first mom.
So how did you choose Sanguinary Oz? Do you like blood a lot? And
Well, okay,
I know
it's
Oz is in your name.
Right. So it's Latin for Bloody Oz, and since I'm a Blood Angel player for Warhammer, for those of you that know what that is, it was easy to just go, oh, I'm gonna use that and my name and make it a one. And I was like, oh, somebody probably has this. Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. And then I tried it on PlayStation like 3 years later. Nobody had it. I did it on Twitter. Nobody has it. I was like, okay, cool. Like I like when all of my stuff is the same.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Like,
Feels good.
Yeah,
Feels good.
Like, oh, cool. Original. Nice.
So,
that's my identity.
I would, if drawing from what you've said, I would gather that originality is what makes a great screen name, in your opinion.
I think originality. It has to be something that makes sense too. Like, because I've also seen the guys that have like just it's like a random smattering of like letters and numbers. It's like they literally went, "There's my screen name." Like they just like pounded on the keyboard.
So
and
that
made
is
the
a good screen name.
No, that's bad.
Why is that bad?
Because there's nothing to it. Like it's unique.
It's
but
unique,
not original.
but yeah, there you go.
Oh, I see. So there's a fine line here
There is.
between uniqueness and originality and random numbers and letters.
True. All right.
I like
So
it. So Eric, your screen name is kind of like a random amount of letters. What is a
I guess.
Rickety Bean?
Yeah, so my gamer tag is Rickty Beans. That is the same on everything. Yeah, it's the same. It's an Xbox. It was I was very unoriginal. I was Eric 20.
There were only 19 other Erics
that's
before
still
you.
not
But
that
see,
bad.
that wasn't even. I was like, I definitely was one of the first PlayStation names on there. But I just thought I was number 20 in sports, so I added that on. That was my unoriginal, and then just kind of I don't know. Through college, I got the nickname Rick instead of Eric because that's such a long name to say. So
I'm pretty sure those are exactly the same amount
Yep,
of letters. I'm pretty sure.
At
Yeah.
least it wasn't Patrick to Rick.
yeah, so it kind of tied in. One day I was like, Rickety Beans. Type it in. Eric Rubino. Rick Beans.
So were you aware that rickety is also an adjective
Oh, I
used
know.
to describe something shoddily made?
Oh,
or-
that is the point of the
so
whole.
it's like beans that are not well constructed.
Yeah.
They're poorly made
That I
beans.
always imagine.
Does anyone ever call you out?
No one's ever called me out. I don't think people get it. That's funny because I always imagine like an old
Yeah, an
crappy
old
can of
bean.
beans.
So how is that
And-
spelt?
It's rickety, like Rick RICKITY, rickety, like rickety,
And then beans.
and
is
then
normal.
beans, And that's the way it's been there for.
Is there a Z on the end or is it an S?
Nope, it's an S.
Okay.
I'm not
Just
that
making sure.
cool,
Just
Oz.
making
I'm
sure.
not cool enough to
Just
use
making
a
sure.
Z. I'm just Beans plural.
So it's like a
So-
childhood nickname, basically.
No, it was a nickname from the past 2-3 years.
College is
Oh.
a college nickname.
Yeah.
People started calling you Rick in college.
Yes, I
So
started.
it's a school nickname.
my
is
my
how you-
my real nickname is Lil Beans or Lil Bino because
So I can call you that.
So I used to be Frijolito
I'm not gonna
or
call you that.
it's
So
Lil
you were
Beans
in,
in
you were in
Spanish.
prison in a
So
Spanish
He was
yeah,
in
I was in a Spanish
prison.
prison
That's what I'm
gang
gathering.
in high school.
You can learn a lot about a person based
See,
on their handle.
my handle has a
Maybe.
lot of history. to it.
Potentially.
Yeah. People don't get it. People are just like, hey, Rick or hey, Beans. They don't kind of understand.
So since you got your screen name so early, I have to go back and ask, what was your first AIM screen name?
My first AIM screen name.
'Cause
Oz
we
is
gotta
going to
get-
laugh
we gotta
at
get
this.
embarrassing here.
Oz is going to really laugh at this.
I have to say my
My
screen
first
name next.
AOL screen name, which I still use to buy stuff on iTunes, is No Fear 1412 from the No Fear hats and stuff.
Why did you choose 1412? Did you go? Did you type through and until you found a number that
in
wasn't taken?
in old youth league hockey, you had 2 numbers because that's how shoddy they were.
That's true.
So I was 14 and 12. I was 14 in white and 12 in green.
Yeah. Because your team would get 2 sets of jerseys.
2
and
sets
not
of
necessarily
jerseys.
The same numbers.
They're not the same numbers, so you kind of pick one that's close.
Wow.
There you go.
That's- I
True.
feel like everyone.
I got a
back
lot
in-
of history to my names.
Exactly. Yeah. This is why discussing screen names is fun. I mean, maybe when you're in an online game and you see a weird screen name, go ahead and ask. Try to
Well-
figure out why this person chose this
that's a
crazy
good-
name.
But
I think
how
my-
about
I think my first actual screen
Yeah,
name
what
on
is it?
on
Let's go.
AOL. I think it was Space Robo Ninja.
Space Robo Ninja?
That was my.
That's
Wow.
a very unique though, because you
Yeah.
got the only one.
Well,
At least
'cause
you were in Space Robo Ninja '98.
I had to keep adding stuff. Like first I was like I'm just gonna be Ninja, and it was like Ninja 20,000 whatever. And I was like, yeah, okay, no. And then I was like, I'll be Robo Ninja, and then I was like Robot Ninja, nope. Robo Ninja, nope. Can't have any numbers. I was like, how about Space Robo Ninja? And then yep, popped up. I was like, sweet, that's
there
it.
you
Take
go.
it.
All right.
So, Drew, it's all on you
Yeah.
now. Your demons,
No,
your
we don't need to talk about my
D3,
Yeah,
screen
let's-
name.
your
no, we do.
Adam
We do.
SQ.
I'm not being put on trial here.
No,
okay?
You're on
That's
trial.
happening.
Tell me what makes a good screen name, because I just told you it should have some good past. Oz thinks it should be unique and original. What do you think?
I am going to say a combination of what you two have said. I think a screen name should be unique and original and show where you come from, which is why my screen name is D3M0NZZ. It spells demons in LeetSpeak. And I mean, it actually has been. People have started taking
Mad
it, and I think it's because they
hacksaws.
see me with it. Because there's no reason why anyone would think to do that.
I
with two
have a
Z's on the end.
LeetSpeak keyboard on my
Stop.
Android, so I can text people in Leet.
That's
Next
very-
time I'm gonna text you in Leet.
But yeah, like the story behind that is I used to be a big Magic the Gathering fan, and there's like an article on the Wizards of the Coast webpage, and it was like a demons deck. And they were like demons, or it's like no, John, you are the demons from an old fan comic, and they just spelled it in they were like demons, and then uppercase demons, and then in LeetSpeak and uppercase with a bunch of punctuation marks, D3 mans, and then I chose it from that, and I feel like I take a lot of crap for having LeetSpeak in my name. And
Really?
I think it's not deserved because it shows that I was around at a time where talking like that was normal.
I was,
I
Well,
first
typing like that was normal.
yeah, we're typing like that was normal,
Right.
and that shows my gamer pedigree. I mean, I picked that up playing Halo Custom Edition
See,
on
that's
the PC.
but that's different though. It's not like you were making. You were like, I'm gonna be demons, and it was like, oh, you're demons 347 because you were like, oh man, 346 other people already have that.
yeah, I don't think I would ever do a
Yeah,
screen
that's
name with
okay.
numbers
That's
at the end.
that's what I'm talking about. That's one of my that drives me nuts.
I'm glad that you guys are okay with my LeetSpeak. I
Yeah,
thought
we'll let it slide.
if you're not okay with my LeetSpeak, send me loads of hate mail.
yeah. Tweet at him at
Yeah.
demons.
Is that it? Is that my Twitter?
I think so.
Oh yeah, tweet at me at that name that I put up there. I'd love that.
Drew will be so excited. He'll get his first ever Twitter
I'm
notification.
gonna find a new screen name soon. I've been trying, but like, what are some of the worst screen names you guys have seen? I play a lot of League of Legends, so we have like a lot of English as foreign language speakers. And I
Okay.
think my favorite one as of yet has to be Roats Beef. Now think about that for a minute. This
They just
guy
spelt it wrong.
thought that one of the coolest screen names he could have is the food, the very unassuming food,
Well, maybe
roast
not.
beef.
Maybe Roats means something else wherever he's
Yeah.
from.
No.
It's like
No.
the Rickty Beans. It's like,
Yeah.
do you really like shoddily
But
made
apparently
beans?
roast beef was taken. You just gotta think through how these people think this stuff up. Apparently roast beef was taken or he misspelled it.
That's my money. My money's
I'm
that
thinking he
misspelled
misspelled
That's
it.
my-
And
he
just
was like, I'm
didn't
gonna be
care
roast
enough
beef.
to go back and change it.
He thought he was being so clever and like
But he's
winning.
unique now, and he probably
That's
has a
true.
great story.
He's the
for
only
it, so
roast beef.
It hits up all of Oz's points.
Maybe
of
not.
Being a
For all,
great
for all we
screen
know,
name.
there could be like a roast beef 14 that we just don't know about because
It could be a
he
huge
plays on
thing
like
in-
some Euro server that we
in
don't. We're
Cuba
not.
or something. Yeah, you never know.
It's true.
You guys have any crazy screen names you want to share?
A lot of the ones I see are just usually really terrible. Like,
The-
or they're super
Give
inappropriate.
us an
Yeah.
example. Straight from the mind of Oz.
Oh god.
Just make up a bad screen name. if you
Dude,
haven't seen one.
there's a lot of really bad ones on Titanfall. There's so many bad ones.
Eric, bail him out. with
One
Oh,
one
one of my
this.
favorite ones right now on Xbox is Xbox Off.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so
no,
funny.
oh, no.
And they're like, oh,
Yeah.
what do they think? My Xbox isn't going to be Xbox Off. No, what the heck? It's so
I've seen
great.
that a couple
There's
times.
Xbox home screen. There's even the Xbox Skype is even better. They're like, Xbox Skype. What a no, stop! It's
I'm
so
really,
good.
really sorry to everyone who's watching this on their Xbox.
Yeah, there's like that
we
couple
didn't say
second
yes,
delay where
but-
they realize what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's already like
It's already
uploading.
too late. There's
And
no way.
all of them probably with you said no.
No, don't
It's
do that.
probably perfectly synced up.
It's great. And then I have a good friend on GTA Online who's only killed me a few dozen times. His name is, I think it's hilarious, but it's probably not that funny. It's the lowercase x, big X, underscore, good, piff, 420, underscore, big X, lower X. It's just like, nice, dude.
He likes
Nice.
to play Call of Duty a lot, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
probably
yeah. Not to stereotype y'all, but
It's just
you see
great.
420 in a name, it probably
The
belongs to a Call of Duty
420,
player.
2 X's and an underscore, you
Yeah,
got
I've seen
yourself
I've
a-
seen
Text.
I've seen the Call Dutes 420 and I'm like, oh really? Come on, man.
So is that that's the worst one you've
No,
seen?
no,
Have you
that's
thought
just
up
like
one?
that's just a sample of like I try to block them out.
Slandering.
Like I literally as soon as I'm on my game, just Control Alt Delete and I just wipe the history, so I don't have to remember those ever again.
All right, so what are our points here for what makes a good name? Uniqueness,
Originality.
originality, has a good backstory.
Yeah, it's got to have a backstory.
I would say it definitely gives you like positive marks if it's like cool or something that you're like, oh, that's kind of neat. If it's roast beef, like clearly it hits a lot of our
Oh,
points.
that's
which
really
is,
cool, though.
It's original. It's not really cool. It hits original and unique, but I wouldn't be like, wow, that's I sure wish I was roast beef. Like,
I stole the name in Blacklight Retribution.
ugh.
I liked
Oh,
it that
yeah.
much. So, if you think that Oz is wrong, or you have some screen names that are like way stupider and
Oh,
would make
please.
his ears bleed or
Like
my eyes
demons with
cry.
a Z, two Z's.
I was like, one Z. that- Then let us know. Post them in the YouTube video. We'll read out the best ones in some kind of epic arena one-on-one match where we try to make the other person just lose all faith in humanity.
Yeah, we'll do like a pair down, like bracket style.
Yeah, that's not a bad
It'll be
idea.
the Gamer Summit throwdown, I
Ugh.
think.
The gamers. I'm gonna throw it
So
down.
many bad ones. It's too bad they can't all win.
Alex is great. Fudge period. That's always great.
Oh, I got one.
Wait, no, it's not spelled out. Period, right? It's
No,
not,
it's
Ah!
it's
That's
just
terrible.
fudge and then a period. Thanks, Drew. Thanks.
Well, you
Here's,
said-
here's a good one. So a friend of mine was trying to think of what he should pick, and he was like, I was like, what did you looking at? And he was like, well, I was gonna be Mad Max, but there's a lot of numbers, and then I was like, why don't you do Mad Maxwell? And that popped up, no numbers.
Boom.
So then he was like, okay, so the next day he comes in, he's like, it's either gonna be Mad Maxwell or Judge Fudge. And I was like, what? Apparently Judge Fudge, like I thought it was a play on Judge Dredd, but apparently it's a play on do you remember the Drawn Together cartoon that was on MTV?
Oh yeah.
There's literally a little chocolate, think like a chocolate bunny. There's a chocolate judge who apparently like is like he comes in and he shows up and he like handles issues. And his name is Judge Fudge. And I was like, I've never heard of that. I was like, no
It
one's
wasn't
gonna pick
taken?
that. No,
Classy.
so he could have taken Judge Fudge or Mad Maxwell. And I'm not gonna say which one he picked, so no, he doesn't get a zillion friend requests. But like those were his options. But
Who knows what he picked?
yeah, who knows?
Find out on next week's Gamer Summit.
All right, get out of the way. I'm signing off. If you liked what you saw today, please like us on Facebook, check us out on Twitter, and go to gaustudios.com for more content.
It's probably down here.